Yo, Double T coming in hot with the first. What's up, brother? What up, Jay? Maybe. Oh, shoot. I need my fan. It. What up, Brave? Jimmy, I have a serious question. If I were to buy you a custom neon sign that says Void, would you hang it or throw it out? I'd probably pee on it or something and then throw it out. Thoughts? Dude, Pistons are fun. Yo, VIP. Dude, what's Louisville doing? They're selling against Stanford. What's going on here?
What's up, brother?
What's up, brother? I'm already live. By the way.
Sure.
Louisville's selling right now, dude.
Not watching it.
That's shocking to me personally.
What? Did we just currently watching the Pistons sell, dude?
They'll be fine. They'll be good. Good to see you, man.
Good to see you, bro.
Excited for Family Fun Friday tomorrow.
I'm not gonna be there.
You're joking. No, I know you're joking.
I'm not.
Where are you gonna be?
Drops, bro. There's drops going on.
What's that mean?
You know when there's a drop in Fortnite and viewership goes up because you have drops enabled because people just want to watch your stream or watch a Fortnite stream?
Oh, those like Twitch drops?
Yeah, there's a Twitch drop, TTV drop, and Adam Warlock skin tomorrow.
Little, you know, 7:30 to 9 o'clock.
Goes live at 7. I'll be live at 6.
All right, Family Fun Friday, 5 a.m., dude. But it's not over forever.
No, of course not.
You're just on a rival's kick.
Of course it's not over forever, John.
Don't even joke like that. I had a dream the other night. You were like, yeah, I saw your viewership, John. I had like 30 viewers at the time of my dream. And you were like, yeah, it's just not going to happen anymore. And I was like, okay.
No.
Joe, I love you. They go the 42 months.
Are you guys
man.
already live?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Louisville down 9.
Wait, right now?
Yeah. To Stanford.
To Stanford? Oh my God.
They were
Good thing I didn't have
9.5
them.
points, 9.5 point favorites, dude.
Good thing I didn't have. Hi, Camden.
Dude, I want to see Camden.
He's going through it.
Listen. Low taper fade.
Yeah.
It was always Cade. Can't believe how much I made. Lakers a 5.
Did Cade just score?
Lakers a 5. No. I'm pulling it up right now, though.
Also, you're dragging the meme, dude. It's actually dead now. Can we just like let it go?
Dude, I know what you're talking about, bro.
My buddy went to the barber in Detroit, and his for his kids, and the barber unprompted just said, "Do your kids want the meme?" And he goes, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Low taper fade." He goes, "Yes, they do."
Let's go, bro. We love it. We love it.
That was just a couple days ago.
Oh, Dude, Bearded Daddy just gifted a bunch of subs to the channel. Thank you, man.
Bro, he's trying to suck up. He wants to be a mod in my chat. He's just doing whatever it takes.
That's crazy, dude.
It's gonna take a lot more than that, dude.
I tell you what, man, you get 5 to a teacher, man, that gets you right up to the top of the list. It's got to, right?
You should mod him, Chris. No, don't do it.
It's got to.
They'll get you right up there, dude.
Yeah, Camden's been throwing up all day, guys.
Oh, dude, what does he have?
I'd throw it too if I had to look at you, bro.
Julia thinks he's got just a little stomach bug. But I had to take off work. I had to take off work tomorrow because Julia took off today.
Oh man, what are we gonna do?
You're so dumb, Ty.
dude.
You're so dumb.
You guys gonna play Final Fantasy? So Family Fortnite Friday canceled, but Final Fantasy's fine.
I'm joking, dude. Obviously, I'm gonna have to play all day. I'm gonna play Adam Warcock, dude, and I'm gonna just rock my. You know, he's got a blue hair.
Adam who?
Blue hair. Adam Warcock.
Family friendly here, dude.
His name's Adam Warlock. I'm kidding.
Hey boys.
Wow.
Happy
And then our boy
313
Brave.
day.
Thank you, man.
Dude. 313.
Happy 313 day. March 13th.
Gotta rock the light. Yeah.
Let's go.
I'm a little scared, bro.
Thank you, Brave.
Scared of what?
Chicago Bears, man.
Yeah, we're gonna get there.
Happy Star Wars.
They're winning
Return
the
of
offseason
Jedi.
again.
Oh, that's a sick. That's a great hoodie.
Thanks,
And
man.
I don't remember getting the link for where that is. Dude, look at that. The blue paint too. The blue splash. You kidding me?
Chris, you
was
like
Disney,
I,
right?
I see these TikToks.
Yeah.
And it'll show like a clip from a movie. I think the last one I saw was like Ace Ventura, and he says something really funny in the clip in the movie, and it's like, this always should have been a shirt. And then it turns into a shirt, and I'm like, who buys these? Like, no one's buying this. And you're the one who buys stuff like that.
For sure.
You see something
Okay,
cool, and
so-
you're like, I'll buy it.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
hear me out. So today was Disney Day at school, like for the theme today. And so obviously Disney bought Star Wars. So I wore my Star Wars crew neck. And I was just like, dude, I love nerding out. I was like, I think there's gonna be some niche kids who think this is cool. Like every kid thought this was cool today.
That's huge, man. W's.
Which is it was I was not expecting that.
W's, man. W's in the chat, dude. Can we get some quick dubs, guys?
That
Hey,
is
can we get
W's.
dubs in the chat for nerd culture? I think it's back.
Bro, nerd culture is the greatest.
Never
And
left.
It did for sure. It definitely did. But I legitimately think as well that is helping, and unrelated to Chris's Star Wars and Disney thing that's going on. The Marvel Rivals, bro. I'm like about to start purchasing comics, man. Like I'm not
Purchasing
even
what?
joking. Comic books.
Nice.
Oh, like old school Marvel ones to start reading them and collecting them?
Yeah, dude. It's so sick. Like, I'm just into the lore, right? You're, it was one of my favorite things about League of Legends too, and obviously League of Legends created all their characters and stuff like that, so it's a little bit different. But I used to love reading the lore and like finding out, when people were like related to one another. You had no idea that there are two champions that are in the arena and they're actually like brother and sister, but they hate each other and things like that. I love that type of stuff. So you're in Marvel Rivals, and you're sometimes you're pairing up with a player you've never seen before, or a hero or an anti-hero that you've never seen before, and there's this dialogue that happens between them, and it's like a lot of it's really cool. There's a lot of fun stuff.
And I bet you that scratches like a little itch. Like, hey, I wonder what that means. Like, I wonder what that's referencing.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, just doubling down on the nerdiness
I love it. You're all in.
a little bit.
Dude, Ty, I have been dying to ask you this, man.
I'm ready. What's going on here, man? Yeah, I can see you moving. You haven't frozen.
I tried so hard.
Chris, you failed, dude.
I know. I did.
Was this supposed to be like an I disconnect type of a prank? That was awful.
Yeah, come
The second you
on.
said that, John, the second you said that, I meant to look sideways because I knew if I was looking dead straight, I was gonna be a giveaway.
What do you mean I was moving? What do you mean I was,
Yeah,
dude?
I can see your little head bob. It was
I
easy.
can't sit still. Dang it, dude. I never should look at the camera.
Yeah, that was
Take
that.
this and-
All right, I'm closing this. I'm done looking at this little game. They're getting absolutely curb stomped right now.
Dude, let's jump into it. Let's jump into some football.
Welcome back, boys.
So
No, we're
much
not
has
jumping into
happened.
football. First, we're just gonna first we just have this Red Wings, dude. Did you tell me you saw the 7-3 beatdown last night
Yes.
after 3 out of 4 games of losing all 4, or 5 in a
Right.
row, or whatever it was, 6. But half of those games we dominated, triple the shots almost, offensive zone all the time, and just couldn't score. 7-3 last night, physical fight at the end of the game. Red Wings are back, baby.
But is it too little, too late?
It might be, man.
It could
The
be.
same thing as last year.
It really could be. It's been a bad March. But listen, it's every game we have left is like against potential playoff teams. So if they just keep winning, they'll be okay. And then the Pistons.
Now
I
here's a team.
Here's a team Ty can talk about.
I can, bro. They're so tough. I don't like we're about to go down 7 against the Wizards, but they get hot randomly. It's really frustrating. Jordan Poole will just all of a sudden act like he knows how to play.
Well, and the Wizards are like they really hate Detroit for whatever reason.
Yeah,
it's been physical.
I love this team, dude. I've been watching a bunch of like amped up TikToks of the boys just getting like physical, and I love it, man. I love it. They're a family, and I think that's huge for a basketball team, dude. You have such small amount of people on the court, right? Just having 5 people, I think it's a little bit different. The more people you have, like we talked with some people who are part of the Lions, and you have your quarterback room, your running back room, and honestly, you really don't hang out with a lot of your teammates, and sometimes you don't even see the offense or the defense, right?
Yep.
So I feel like it's a family, man. Pistons,
Yeah.
and it's exactly what you want going to the playoffs. So
I love it. Did you see Isaiah Stewart get into it with Steph Curry?
yeah, I did, man.
And he goes,
I mean, bro, we get into it with every team.
I know, we're so physical. I love it. He gets so many blocks a game. I cannot wait for the playoffs. We're going to a game, right, boys?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, we're gonna make the playoffs. We probably
be home.
We'll be home at least twice, probably.
Right.
I'll be home. I mean, so we can all just fly together.
Okay, yeah, that'll be sick. Or we could do a road trip, dude.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Road trip.
Could do.
My car is basically brand new.
That would be Tyler's longest drive in.
Replaced everything.
No, I drove down to. I drove a 5-hour drive to Tennessee. I didn't drive. I was in.
Was that the trailer? Yeah.
I was in an RV. It was awesome.
How funny it'd be, guys, if we drove and Ty was the one that was in the back. John was riding shotgun, and Ty's like, "Can we stop at Taco Bell?" And like I'm driving, and I'm just like, "Dude, no, you're gonna get that everywhere." And he's like, "I won't. I promise, dude. I won't." He gets the nachos with the cheese.
Just spill it immediately, dude.
One bump.
Oh man.
Nacho cheese, dude.
It's everywhere.
The water meme where you just have I have like 20 cups of water in the backseat. Like, yo, be really careful, man. We don't want to spill this before we get home.
Yeah.
Also, real quick before we hop into NFL here, because there's a ton to talk about. We're gonna talk Seahawks, Bears, Lions, a bunch of stuff going on. Make some predictions. Draft is coming up.
Yep.
It's in Green Bay. A couple hours away. I've got places we can stay for free. Any interest, boys, in getting down there on Thursday night, doing our own thing, maybe going live for an hour for the sports show and watching the draft from like a bar. No big publicity thing. No like telling people where we're at. Just going, hanging out, being present for night 1, first round, get home Friday morning. Thoughts?
I have to think about it.
It's not every day that the draft is at 2 hours away. Look at Ty, knock it off, dude.
Dude, I'm not like opposed to it, but my problem is like if we do a Pistons playoff game, like I don't have any personal days left. So if I'm gonna use a sick day, I don't want to use 2 sick days in the same month.
When do you get out of school?
End of May.
It wouldn't be the same month. The draft's in April. May would be the Pistons.
This is 5.
All right, I'm a maybe.
All right, well, okay. I'll text you guys, but we need to make a decision soon-ish, so we can make a little plan soon-ish.
Sure, dude.
Let's dive in. NFL, boys. Lots
Yes.
going on. Lots to catch up on. We're gonna
I
start
have
with
a lot of strong takes.
We're gonna start with the Seahawks. I'm kind of shocked. They're making a ton of moves. They're gonna look like a completely different team next year. I'm not even listing every single thing that's happened with the Seahawks because there's a bunch of moves going on, but let's talk about the big ones. They lose DK Metcalf. He goes to Pittsburgh. They lose Tyler Lockett. They trade Geno Smith to the Raiders. They sign Sam Darnold to a $100 million deal. They acquire Marquez Valdez-Scantling from Green Bay. They get to Marcus Lawrence from the Cowboys.
Yep.
Are the Seahawks better or worse going into next season so far in your mind?
They're much worse.
Yeah, they are significantly worse. I was just waiting for Tyler.
You think?
I had to think about it for a second. I mean, when you pick up a wide receiver like Valdez Scantling, who really he shined in just deep balls, right?
Yeah.
On the Saints. You put him there with Sam Darnold. You don't nearly have as good of a defensive line, or I'm sorry, an offensive line to protect you as well, like you did on the Vikings, because they were playing out of their minds all year, even though they choked in the playoffs. Yeah, no way, dude. I mean, Geno Smith also, you never know what you're gonna get. All-star, superstar Geno Smith, where he goes 500 yards and throws 4 touchdowns against us, or kind of like how he was the rest of the year. I think it's great that they're finally moving on from Metcalf and Lockett, because like Lockett, I mean, they were both just on the older side and really weren't accomplishing much there. So I almost feel like it's kind of like a reset, but then you sign Sam Darnold to a $100 million deal, and there goes your reset. Like, right?
Yeah, my biggest issue is like think about where they struggled last year. It was like the front. They struggled on the offensive line and they struggled on the defensive line. So the Lawrence thing makes a ton of sense to me. Protecting Geno should have been priority 1.
Right.
Right? And he actually did not do terrible under pressure. But now flip that. Darnold had Jefferson, Addison, Hawkinson, Jones, and a good offensive line. And still struggle when pressure. So you haven't done anything to retool this offensive line. You have a quarterback that struggles even more than the one you just lost under pressure. Paid him $100 million and lost weapons.
Yeah.
Dude, the Seahawks are not, I'll say it right now, they're not even going to be competitive unless they fix that. And the best offensive linemen have already been signed in free agency, at least. So I know what you're thinking. Maybe they're going to address this in the draft. Well, we all know you don't want to have to address a need, right? Like if the best player available is an edge player, right, on your board, and the next offensive lineman you have is in the 2nd round, you don't want to draft him in the 1st round because that's a reach, even though you need an offensive lineman. So I don't know, man. I don't think they're going to be. I think they're a sub 8-7 win team next year right now to me.
I will
especially
say,
especially with the steps the Rams have made.
Ty's taking notes.
I'm getting a over under our wins here right now. Just future bets.
So yeah, dude, I don't know. I think like last year Sam Darnold played better than Geno Smith. So I think you could do worse than Sam Darnold going forward. I feel like the Seahawks did finally rip the Band-Aid off, right? They're like, you know what, we're rebuilding a little bit here. The Niners were going to
rebuild and sign Sam Darnold with a $100 million deal, right? I mean, am I crazy here?
It's a long-term deal, I think, and he's a top 18, top 20, top QB. It's hard to just find one of those off a tree.
Yeah, you had one, Geno Smith.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's
like,
what I
to
understand.
me,
didn't he recently just get signed too, or like not recently, but didn't Geno Smith still have like one of the fattest contracts like for a QB? Was it a 3-year deal?
Like pound for pound with the
know.
same talent. Like if you give them the same lines and the same team, I'm taking Geno Smith over Sam Darnold 10 out of 10 times.
Yeah,
I think that's a great way of putting it, Chris. I mean, it really I love that.
You give them both the same. Darnold did have a good deep ball last year, but it's also hard to say how good his deep ball was when Justin Jefferson's going up and getting it, and Addison made some crazy catches too.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, with how long he had to throw the ball most of the time, dude. The Seahawks offensive line, dude. Geno, there was pressure on Geno like after the ball was snapped, like instantaneously.
Yeah.
So
we're all on the same page. Seahawks probably a down year next year.
I mean,
so far,
I think so, but I also can see the value of if Sam Darnold can really get his footing early, and maybe they make some pickups like late, or they have some sort of come to Jesus moment with their offensive line, and they design a really clever playbook because they have the backs, right? So to take the pressure.
Yeah, I like Walker and Charbonnet.
Exactly. So, and then now you have the deep ball threat of Valdez Scantling. We know Sam Darnold can throw it. So, I mean, again, like, is that going to get, how much is that going to get you out of? We'll see. I think it's a downgrade. But I will say I am happy that they're finally moving on from Lockett and Metcalf. Like,
I think Smith and Jigba is going to eat next year.
Yeah.
Right now the Seahawks.
He was dominating.
Right now the Seahawks over/under wins is set. It's going to change a lot here before the draft and after the draft. Right now it's set at 7.5.
Yep, that's right where I figured because
Yeah.
what I said, I said sub 8.
Sub 8.
I said sub 8, so there it is at 7.5. Yeah, I'd probably take the under.
Yeah. Dad's in here says, who does Darnold have to throw to? I mean, Jackson Smith and Jig was awesome. And then you got Valdez Scantling, who's okay. I mean, he's probably a little bit better than Lockett right now.
He also
with
got
Lockett's
used a
age.
little bit more, not just in the long ball. Toward the end of the Saints, they started to kind of distribute the ball a little bit more to him. Kind of like what was happening with Jameson Williams, where really he wasn't much of a threat outside of just sprinting as fast as he could in a straight line. And
All right, running go routes.
Exactly.
Yeah, and they did get Noah Fant too. They have Noah Fant.
They had Noah Fant.
The Seahawks, and they still do, don't they?
Yeah, they don't get him. They have him.
Yeah, they have Noah
He's just a
Fant.
guy.
Yeah.
He's just a guy to me.
Yeah, I mean, he's I think he's above average.
Yeah, he's a solid tight end.
All right, let's go to the Bears, dude. Bears. Yeah. By the way, Clutch. Yes, Jackson Smith and Jig was absolutely a wide receiver one. He's a monster. He's an absolute monster. And he was and Geno targeted him basically the entire time. I think that's why they got rid of Lockett and Metcalf.
Yeah, he knew he was going to be open.
Yeah. All right, the Bears, dude. I didn't even write down everything they've done because it would be a paragraph. They have went out. Ben Johnson has
write down a paragraph.
Dude, no. Like of all their moves, like no one knows half the players they signed, but they have completely revamped their O-line. I don't think they're gonna have a singular starter on their O-line from last year.
I do. I think it's their right tackle and one of their guards. They got a center. They got a center.
They
a
got
guard,
Jonah Jackson,
and they got Thuney.
And yeah, Thuney or Thuney? Thuney.
Okay, whatever, Thuney. And they got
The H is silent.
They got that awesome center from Atlanta. Like he's above average center.
Yeah, they revamped their D line. And actually, before I even said, I lost the page already.
When you're saying revamp, I feel like when someone says revamp, that is more of like a positive connotation, right?
Yeah, it is.
Like the word. So you think that their
D line got better. They got way better on offensive line and defensive line.
Defensive line got better.
Yes.
So let's put this into perspective for people at home who don't know like the context. So like I follow a lot of like football nerds and I love it. Like guys, if you love football, I highly recommend you follow Nate Tice. He does awesome film breakdown and he's just one of the guys I trust the most. And he tweeted, it's really important when you look at the Bears spending to think about perspective, right? He said that their offensive line went from terrible to fine, right?
Correct.
So, like,
it's not dominant.
Think of it like a D- to a B-, that kind of jump, not a C to an A. Like we're talking about a big jump that they made, like in talent, but it was really low to begin with. So, like I think that's gonna, like if they can gel, right? If that offensive line can sync up, like
that's scary.
Their Williams should have significantly less to worry about.
Yeah, here's the thing. Ben Johnson is saving Ryan Poles' job. He is saving Ryan Poles' job. Ryan Poles, offensive lineman, put together an awful offensive line last year for the Bears. Didn't prioritize it at all. Ben Johnson comes in. Clearly, Ben Johnson's in charge here. I don't know if you guys have seen some of the clips of the press conferences. This is never what the Bears do. The Bears always have like ownership issues, leadership issues. They want to control everything. The coaches can't be loud. They can't say the wrong thing. Some coaches refuse to even come here for that reason. And Ben Johnson, you look at Poles looking at Ben Johnson during press conferences over the last few days, like he's his idol. Like the GM is staring at John and just looking at him like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe I had this coach. And Johnson went out and got these O-linemen. Like he's telling Poles, this is the team I want. This is how I want to build, just like the Lions. Really good O-line, aggressive. We're going to run the ball, build this for me. And Poles is doing it. It's crazy. I'm wildly impressed with what the Bears are doing right now. Glad that Ryan Poles is letting Ben Johnson have a huge say. My question for you is 8.5 wins next year, over or under for Chicago? And they still have draft picks.
Over.
I'll bet the over and I'll pray for the under.
Yeah, dude, I'm with you. I'm right there with you.
What I mean?
I think they can win 10 or more next year.
I'll bet the over and I'll pray for the under. That's what I'm going to do.
It's going to be a completely different team, dude. This offensive line is at least going to be able to give Caleb Williams some more time. They got a couple weapons.
Always say, though.
They could.
What we always say about the Bears.
I know. They win every offseason. You're right. They're the offseason champs every single year. But this time they're actually doing it well. And I feel like Ben Johnson's going to be a little bit crazy next year, bro. I'm not looking forward to playing them, and that wouldn't surprise me if we opened the season with them
Oh, that'd be so annoying.
in Chicago.
Mm.
I'd rather play in Chicago in September than in January.
I mean, hey, we play outside, dude. We're a good team.
We're good outside. So we're all saying over 8.5 wins for the Bears.
Yeah, I think they get that. I think Minnesota takes a step back. I'm not saying it's a huge step back, but I think Minnesota takes a step back. And I think the Bears are much more competitive next year in the division.
I hope Minnesota takes a step back because there's just no way. Who do they have? They're starting.
As of right now, it's JJ.
Yeah. Wow.
I love JJ
man.
McCarthy, by the way. I said before last year's draft that I think
Yeah.
he could be the best of all of them, and that would be hard now knowing how good Jane Daniels is.
I do think that Rodgers. I think Minnesota made a pitch to Rodgers, so that's why people are saying like, what's taking him so long between Pittsburgh and the Giants? And I think it's because Minnesota's in the mix.
Dude, we called this like 2 years ago.
Yes, we did.
I feel like we called this forever ago. Why is this actually happening? Why is this even a theory? Right? That another great Hall of Famer from the Packers is going to hang it up in Minnesota.
Yeah, following
Somehow.
exactly in Favre's footsteps so far.
How?
1 year with the
wild.
Jets.
Addicted to a different type of drug. Dude. You know what I mean? Favre, Vicodin, Aaron Rodgers, ashwagandha.
Dude, all Aaron Rodgers has to
Whatever.
do is take an inappropriate picture and send it to a reporter, and then it's over.
Dude,
They're the same.
Check. Let's say that's number 3. 3 strikes.
Did Favre only
retired.
played 1 year with the Jets, right? I think so.
Yeah, and
then
the Vikings,
and
right?
one or two with the Vikings. That's crazy. We'll see. We're gonna get to Aaron Rodgers for sure. Keep it. Let's actually stay with the Vikings here. So I didn't put this in, but the Vikings are making some moves too. They're signing some defensive linemen, some offensive linemen.
They're shedding a lot too, though.
They are. They're shedding a lot.
We talked about how many guys they were going to lose.
Yeah, 100%. JJ McCarthy likely the starter. Who knows? I mean, Russell Wilson sounds like he's talking to the Browns. Probably still the Steelers. I don't know if Russell Wilson's in the picture for Minnesota. In fact, let's skip Minnesota here for a second. We're gonna get to them. We're gonna get to them when we rank the NFC North right now. How we see it for next year. Let's go Lions real quick, dude. DJ Reed's a dog.
Yeah, he's a great corner.
And look at Brad Holmes, guys. This is where I just get so excited that we have Brad Holmes. We lose Carlton Davis, who got hurt last year. We lose him, and he ends up getting paid, and he gets paid more money than DJ Reed gets paid by us, and we get DJ Reed, who's better objectively, at least in most categories statistically, than Carlton Davis was. We lose Kendall Vildor. We lose Carlton Davis. We sign Levi Onwuzurike on a 1 year, very cheap deal. And if he plays anywhere near like he did this year and stays healthy all year, he's getting a massive contract.
Massive.
It was surprising because I know he could have got more elsewhere.
100%.
So I'm surprised he took that.
He loves Detroit. We were nice to him, dude. We kept him on the roster for 2 straight years when he didn't do anything as he was healing from his back injury. I feel like he feels at home there for sure. And then we lose Zeitler. Zeitler, I think, is going to, is it Tennessee?
Yeah. Titans signed
he's going
to a 1 year deal.
And he was a stud. He was a good offensive lineman for us last year. So
we've been grooming his replacement though.
Yeah. How you guys feeling about the Lions? We're not going to be big splashers in the free agency. We have a good team.
I want to say 2 things. Just because I love reading what other people write. Like, it kind of gets you out of your own head, so you're not just like hyper focused. Like, I can't just read everything Jeremy Reisman says because I know he's got a slight Lions bias, even though I do think he does a good job keeping it out of his work for the most part. And like the people who are all in against the Lions are just like, they're not making enough moves. They're going to take a huge step back.
See,
and I think that that's ridiculous because we didn't have Hutch all season. Last season, we had him after week 4. So like, if you put our best defensive player back on the team, even if you think we take a small step back on defense, we're still better than we were last year. Yeah. Right?
We're not taking a small step back though. We have one of the best secondaries in the league.
But John,
and Hutch.
I'm just saying, I'm talking about the narratives that are out there.
Sure.
Okay. So I think the Lions, due to just random variance, take a step back. Obviously.
Sure. Yeah, we're not winning 15 games next year.
Correct. So I would have the Lions at like 11 or 12 wins, and I think we're a playoff team again.
I'm excited, bro. Derek Barnes signing too. Like our linebackers now, guys. Jack Campbell's going to take another step forward. He was awesome as a rookie. We've got Rodrigo still on the team. He's not going to even start. Anzalone, and then Derek Barnes comes back. Brian Branch, DJ Reed, Arnold, and Kirby Joseph in the secondary, and Hutch on the D-line. I mean, you go get one more dog in the draft on D-line, bro, all of a sudden our defense, if it stays healthy, is again going to be top 5 like it was earlier last season, if not better. I'm a little more worried about our offense without Penn Johnson.
Releasing Smith worried me. Like
I mean,
that was unfortunate. I thought we had one more year with him.
I have a question for you guys.
Yeah.
So, do we have access? And this is just Ben Johnson obviously probably came up with a lot of plays, right? Are those like proprietary? You know what I mean? Like, does he take the plays with him? Do we not have access to the?
We have it all.
Run you know what I mean? We have it all.
We have it all. Jared Goff wrote it with him. We have it all. Every player still knows all the plays.
I know. That's exactly what I'm saying. So it's like, we have all those plays in the bag, and then we also have, some other creative plays that we're going to come up with, and I feel like we're going to be perfectly fine offensively, right?
Yeah, I'm not worried that we're going to be bad. I just think that we might take a little bit of a step back just because last year was so efficient.
I know.
Yeah.
It's scary,
it's really hard.
It's just hard to repeat that.
Yep.
All right, so here's my question for you guys. And this is a tough one. And we reserve the right to change our mind post-draft and preseason and after injuries might happen in preseason, all that stuff. This is not our official prediction. This is just right now where we rank the NFC North. And do me a favor and just give me a guess of wins. Just so that like if let's say you go Lions 1 and whoever last, if the difference is only 3 games, that's different than saying you think the Bears are going to win 4, right? So give me rank your NFC North first to last, and give me the amount of wins for each team as you see it going into next year for now.
The amount of wins for each team as well.
Lions 12, Packers 10, Vikings, Bears 9.
Okay, yeah, you said over 8.5 for Bears. Wow, Vikings, Bears 9.
I don't think the Vikings win 9.
You don't?
I didn't think they'd win 5 last year.
And they sure did.
I'm not playing that game, Ty.
True.
All right, Ty, you're next.
I mean, I got Lions. I like Lions at 12. You know what? I'll be optimistic, bro. Give me Lions 13 wins. I like a little optimism, dude. Packers 11. Bears 10. Vikings 7.
Wow. Ty thinks JJ is going to take a while.
Come on, man.
Hold on real quick. Aaron Rodgers goes to the Vikings. Then
Vikings 5.
Holy
Vikings
crap.
Vikings 5 wins.
Nah, dude.
I don't know, man. I don't think no. I like Lions at 13 because I think our defense. Here's the thing, dude. I think our defense is going to win us so many of our games next year.
It's going to have to.
So,
like we're just going to our schedule's tough. Our schedule's tough.
I know. So,
okay, I'm going Lions 13. Bears.
Yeah, I knew he was going to pick the Bears second. You're such a
Bears
homer, dude.
11.
You're such a Ben Johnson homer.
Vikings 10. And Vikings in the playoffs with JJ. Packers 9.
no.
And here's my thing with the Packers, dude. What are they going to do at receiver? If they don't get Cooper Kupp, their best receiver is out for at least the first month or 2 of the season. They just lost Scantling. Like, what are they going to do? There's not like it's not like they have a great draft pick. It is.
They're not known for spending what Kupp is currently asking for at that position.
Right, and there were a lot of Packer fans who were hoping they'd get DK Metcalf. They obviously didn't. Maybe Tyler Lockett helps them a little bit. I mean, if they get Tyler Lockett, he's their best receiver until that guy comes back from his injury.
And Lockett, I don't know.
He's getting old.
I love Lockett. He's kind of like a Monroe, where like. And I respect the hell out of him.
Obviously, Scantling was with the Packers earlier, not last year.
Yeah. Like they just, he's talked about it. Right? He doesn't like contact. He doesn't like to get contact. So like he's a guy like how, like how much of a playmaker is he going to be when like these guys are like
right? If he loves ripping the ball over the middle, how often is Lockett going to go for a ball over the middle, knowing a hit's coming?
100%. This was what I'm trying to say. And I'm not trying to shame anyone. I know, they don't want to get hit, and I get it. but at the end of the day, it's part of the game. And like Lockett has said several times that he doesn't like doing it. And now Jordan Love is not one to protect the ball. And, he's still new, right? He's still young. Putting receivers in dangerous positions. I don't know. I mean, a lot of QBs do that too. And that's one of the things I loved about Tom Brady so much when he talked about, playing against one of the greatest linebackers in the game. Anyways.
Dude, here's the thing though, right? What we look at last year preseason, there was a lot of optimism around the Packers wide receiver room. Christian Watson, Jaden Reed, Romeo Doubs, Tavion Wicks. There was a lot of optimism.
There were people that were saying we have a 1A, 1B, and a 1C.
Right. And then obviously last year happened.
And they just had 3 Cs.
Yeah, yeah. Last year happened and nobody. I mean, Watson did okay. Jaden Reed I think Jaden Reed's their best receiver, to be honest. They just need to get him the ball more, target him more, get him on some routes.
He had drop trouble too, though.
He did. He needs to work on that. But man, that's the receiving core. There's no way they take that C. I would call that a C plus, B minus receiving core. You can't take that to a B plus, A minus in the draft if they don't get Kupp. So I get a lot of the Packer fans worried about the receiving core, worried about not making any big splashes with wide receivers right now. I will say this though. In the draft the last few years, I mean, look at some of these receivers that are coming out and Amon-Ra St. Brown. What round was he? Was he fourth, third, fourth?
I thought he was a 3rd round pick.
What round?
He might have been a 4th.
He was 4th round, 112th overall. So you can get good receivers if you're really good at it. But then all of a sudden they're taking a risk on another maybe late round guy, hoping that he can become a star. So I actually do kind of have the Packers right now and 4th. Still a win or two away from the playoffs in my mind going into next year. So NFC North is going to be brutal.
Lakers are 5.
Lakers are 5. All right, guys. I'm excited about this one because I tweeted something the other day. Louisville's tied, by the way, 62-62. Never a doubt. Never a doubt.
God.
Down 14. No, there was a lot of
game of runs, dude. Basketball's a game of runs.
College basketball is so fun. We're going to get to that just a little bit at the end. Just a little bit of juice is good. So Aaron Rodgers. I tweeted something the other day. Statistically last year, he was way better than people realize. And most of the people who responded to my tweet were like, oh, it was garbage time. Okay, every single QB has garbage time studies. Are you guys with me?
Yeah, you were lagging.
You guys both got a little blurry, but we're good. Every single QB.
What are the odds? All right, we're back.
All right. They all get garbage time stuff. Rodgers did not look great last year. The Jets were an absolute dumpster fire. They're completely resetting everything in New York. And so I don't think it's really fair to look at Rodgers last year and say he's washed. I still think he's a top 16 QB in the league. And I actually made a list. I'll share it since I made the list on stream. This is in no particular order, my top 16. You don't have to give me your top 16, but I do want to know where you rank Rodgers right now among starting quarterbacks. I got Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Mahomes, Burrow, Stafford, Herbert, Goff, Dak, Jalen Hurts, Baker Mayfield, Jaden Daniels, Jordan Love, Aaron Rodgers, Kyler Murray, CJ Stroud. In no order, in no particular order. Those are my top 16 starting QBs in the NFL right now. In my opinion, then, that makes the Steelers better if they get Rodgers. It makes the Vikings have a better chance of winning more games than JJ next year. JJ's still young. They can still develop him. It gives the Giants a chance to win more. Where do you rank Aaron Rodgers among starting QBs? Your top what, and where does he go?
Okay, I'm going to answer this politically. If you're saying that I'm signing Aaron Rodgers' right arm, then I think he's worth a gamble. But because of what else he brings with him, I don't think Aaron Rodgers is even close to worth bringing him into your locker room. I just don't.
But the cinema in Pittsburgh with DK Metcalf and his attitude, George Pickens and Aaron Rodgers, cinema.
I think that Pittsburgh has the best chance to win with Rodgers. I think Tomlin has the best chance of coaching him. Dude, I would want him nowhere near my team.
So you didn't answer the top. You didn't answer top what? Just starting quarterback. You got to bridge the two together. You got to bridge his right arm and his attitude.
Did you say Geno Smith?
No, I have him above Geno right now.
Okay, no, I don't. Give me Geno Smith over Aaron Rodgers.
So you're saying what? He's top 20 for you?
Yeah, top 20. I'll go there.
I'd say top. I mean, yeah, I think that he has potential capacity to be a top 5 quarterback again in the league, but like I just don't think I don't know, man. It's just it's different ever since he started doing all this. And
Ayahuasca.
And I mean, yeah, ayahuasca, ashra, all that stuff. I don't know, bro. I can't I can't stand it, bro. Because we can sit here, we don't play the game, and he doesn't care what we think. He doesn't care about our opinions, right? He's gonna go out there and he's gonna play the game, but it's like, I mean, he's a different guy, man, than he was. I feel like when he was winning, he was doing well, and even then, I think he might have been, maybe his true self's coming out more when he's on these teams. I don't know, man. I wouldn't want him on my team because
I
of
wouldn't
all
either.
the drama I mean, and here's another thing too. How focused is this guy when he's on Pat McAfee's show twice a week in the middle of the season? You know what I mean? Like this dude, there's a lot of people that are like, this guy loves the attention. It's what he's always
right.
And then he's also talking about how the second he's retired, you'll never see him again.
Right.
I highly doubt that.
Yeah, I highly doubt that too. Although he outside of the Pat McAfee show, he's not really present on social media. So I will give him that. I will give him that.
Sure, but I mean, I would love to know personally why is he? Does he just like Pat? Does he just have like a really good relationship with Pat?
Yeah, I think it was like this whole I never ever talk and now I'm gonna talk. COVID was a part of it. And so then he became friends with Pat and then went on his show and then it got crazy ratings. Like everyone tunes in.
Of course it did. I mean, it would be the same thing if what's his name from the Patriots head coach? I can't think of him.
Belichick.
Yeah, thank you, man. Belichick does. Everyone loves to hear what he has to say. Everyone's like, oh my god, he's actually funny. He smiles.
Right.
You're hungry for content that you don't have, right? So I wouldn't have him. Sorry. I
wouldn't
take him on my team.
You guys don't want him. I totally hear you. Where do you think he ends up?
I don't care. Put him on the Vikings. Put him right next to Favre, dude. Hang up the jersey.
I'm gonna say I think he goes to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I think he goes to Pittsburgh too, and that's going to be cinema. Listen, Mike Tomlin, you said that he might do a good job of coaching him. Mike Tomlin does not usually have control over his locker room. Like Antonio Brown, George Pickens. I mean, these guys aren't getting disciplined, and they kind of run amok. DK Metcalf there now. It would be cinema. Give me Rodgers to the Steelers. I think they win 10, maybe win a playoff game and then lose. Russell Wilson. Ty loves Russell Wilson.
I'm a Russell Wilson fan. Bro.
Loves him, dude. Let's ride. Russell Wilson, where do you rank him? Top what? Top 30 out of your top 32 QBs. Where do you rank him and where does he go?
I'd say he's top 26. He's a starting QB.
He's a starting QB for sure.
Where does he go?
Nowhere.
Ty said nowhere.
Bro, I just don't listen to
I feel like he's going to go to New York.
I just listen to me, dude.
He's going to go to the Giants.
You're not going to win with Russell. You're not listen. You know what? I'm going to make these bold statements. I'm just not going to care anymore. You're not going to win with Russell Wilson. You're not going to win a turn. You're not going to win anything. You're not going to win a playoff game. You're not going to win the Super Bowl with Russell Wilson. Okay? The dude hasn't had that dog in him, okay, since his prime Seahawk glory days. All right?
I'll agree with that.
Russell Wilson is washed. And I don't mean like he's bad. He just doesn't want it. He's not competitive. He used to be. Get him out, bro.
You're not seeing the drive.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, look at your Jaden Daniels, bro. It is time to usher in a new empire of quarterbacks. They're here. You're looking at some of them right now. Jaden Daniels is that person, right? Jaden Daniels is exactly what people want. He has an incredible arm. He's a rookie, and he was leading that offense, and it was insane. And he's fast. He's mobile, dude. He knows when to hold the ball, when to keep the ball. Dude, like your offense just becomes the ceiling of your offense is just so much higher when you get those old heads out and you bring in these young, fresh, fast, new quarterbacks that are out there. That's all I'm saying, man. Get them out.
I'm kind of with you.
I wish him success. Of course, I would love for Russell Wilson to come out and ball, but he's just not that guy anymore.
Yeah. I've got him going to Cleveland. I think he goes to the Browns, and it's probably going to be a disaster.
I could see him in Cleveland 100%. He literally fits the Cleveland Browns vibe right now.
Yeah.
Can we talk about how the Giants might be the worst run franchise in the
Instead,
NFL?
why don't we talk about how absolutely viral your tweet went the other day about Myles Garrett? If you guys didn't see it, Chris, go ahead and share it right now, what you tweeted. It is on Facebook viral. It is on Instagram viral. It is on Reddit. It had like 80,000 upvotes on Reddit, Chris.
I didn't know that.
Chris tweeted this hilarious tweet the other day, and it has been seen by millions of people.
So it's got 4.6 million on on X. That's where that's the only place I've seen it. But Adam Schefter tweeted that Myles Garrett got re-signed by Cleveland, and I just quote tweeted it. And I go, the Browns are now rostered like my 7-year-old Pokemon team. 1 level 100 Gyarados and some Rattatas.
Dude, so good.
And I gotta say, because obviously I was joking. That was a joke. And the replies to it have been so wholesome. Like there have been people who have been leaning into the Pokemon meme, like adding on to the it's been awesome. It was cool to see a tweet like that go viral and like make people smile.
Well, Chris, that's because the reason that it did that is because Browns fans are so miserable. Like Browns fans know that what you tweeted is true, and so even they think it's funny. Like you're not even going to be able to trigger them because they're like, yeah, we're awful. We're all upset. We all miss Baker Mayfield. We never wanted Deshaun Watson, and here we are. Great tweet, Chris. Well done. 10 out of 10. Did Ty retweet it?
I just did.
He just did.
So it went viral without the Ty retweet.
Oh yeah, I didn't even touch it, bro.
I told Ty. So the first thing I did because my phone started buzzing, I was just hanging out with Camden, and I was just like, "What is happening?" And so I look, and it had like 1,000 likes. And so immediately I go to Tyler's page. I was like, "Oh, this is the ninja effect."
Yep.
And it's not on his page, and I'm like, "Am I organically going viral right now?"
That's absolutely crazy.
Dude.
Well done, dude. Man. Well done. Let's go to the Niners. I have takes on the Niners.
I got takes for days. Can I pick up where I left off?
Well, let's just you go ahead, Chris. You pick up.
Yeah. So I said this in the preseason. I was like, the 49ers are in win now mode because Brock Purdy's contract extension is coming up, and I'm sure that that's something that they want to take care of. They just paid Mac Jones $10 million, right? And the way their cap was heavily loaded in star players at weird positions like running back and linebacker, like it wasn't sustainable to build a roster. So they have all these injuries, wipes out their season, and I'm like, dude, it's over. Like they need to trade Christian McCaffrey over, but this is one of the deepest running back drafts in how long this year.
Yeah.
So what value is CMC to that? Like it's brutal.
Yeah. He's so injured too, right? Injured prone. Yeah. He hasn't been healthy for a full season and God knows how long. It's like, that tag on him, and then exactly you said deep running backs right now in the draft.
Yeah, that too, Ty. They're not going to get
the worst time to offload him.
Yes, right yes. Now. They're not going to get anywhere near what they would have got for him a year ago. Anywhere near. Dude, here's what they've done, right? So here's what I think they've done. Chris, spot on. They have admitted that it didn't work. Like they were a dynasty in the NFC. I mean, they didn't win a Super Bowl. They could have. They were so close. I think they went to 2 in the last few years. Lost both in really, really good games. I think one was in overtime to the Chiefs. Right? With the lead. I'm pretty sure that in overtime they had a field goal, and then the Chiefs went down and scored a touchdown with Mahomes. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that's how they lost the last one. They're letting key players go. Here's the thing. They have 15 draft picks this year. They've drafted well over the last few years. That's how they got all these guys that Chris is talking about. So in that way, I feel like they're doing the right thing. They're moving on from a lot of their core players that they can't afford. They're in trouble. They probably are going to pay Brock Purdy, I would guess. Don't you think?
I couldn't believe Mac Jones got a deal before Purdy did.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
I want to say, if I'm Brock Purdy, bro, I'm out. I'm not even joking, bro. You want to talk about disrespected? They got this guy they're paying him pennies on the dollar, bro. And they've been paying him, and he's been slinging it for him for years. And this dude is making nothing compared to some quarterbacks that he's 10 times better than. I'll take Brock Purdy over Geno Smith right now.
I probably would too.
I'll take Brock Purdy over Sam Darnold.
I would too.
I would.
And
he's gonna get paid. Is he? Yeah, I think so.
Maybe, dude. I don't know, man. All I see is disrespect. They're like, we're gonna milk this dude for as long as we can, and he might not end up with the deal. That's a possibility.
If he doesn't end up with a deal, he'll get a deal somewhere else. Yeah, he's gonna make more than Sam Darnold for sure. And I don't think he's awesome. I don't think he's top 12. I have him in my top.
He's phenomenal.
I have him in my top 16. That's good. 16. That's good. So he's gonna get paid.
I put Purdy in my top 12.
Okay, he'll get paid.
Maybe top 14.
So then here's my question for you. How many wins for the Niners next year? You got the Rams, who just got Devontae Adams in that division. The Seahawks aren't going to be that good necessarily. And then you got the Cardinals.
I'm going to say 9.
I'm with you at 9.
I like 9.
Which, if you're a Niner fan, that's, a win or two away from potentially winning the division and going to the playoffs.
Wait, you know what? Let me look at their schedule, because they're going to have the third. Were they last place or third place?
I think third. I think the Cardinals were last.
So they're going to have the third place schedule. I think they're better than the Seahawks.
I do too.
So I think that division goes Rams, 49ers.
Oh, they were last. They went 6-11. They were last.
So they're playing the 4th seeds.
Yeah, Cardinals went 8-9.
Dude, you know what? They might get 10 wins. They still have good coaches.
That's what I was gonna say, man. Like their coaching has always been their strong suit. So I feel like that their coaching can win them.
Yeah, I think they can get 10 wins.
Oh yeah.
Even in a rebuild.
Not
a rebuild, a retool.
And they just got to nail the draft, dude. 15 draft picks is a lot of draft picks. I mean, I don't know how many the Bears have, but it's nowhere near that.
I mean, they only need half of those to pan out. Like, if half of those can give them second string minutes, like they're solid.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's stay in the division here. Devontae Adams signs a pretty big deal with Matthew Stafford and the Rams.
Dude, he is going to be a problem.
He is going to be
congratulations, man. You're going to be a distraction for Puka Nacua. Hey, congratulations. You just signed up for a brand new role that Cooper Kupp just left on field.
No, I think that Devontae is a way better red zone target than
they're both going to
anyone. And Stafford has not had a red zone target like Devontae since Calvin.
Mm-hmm.
Devontae can still make contested catches.
I absolutely know he can. I'm just trolling, dude.
So my question for you then is: are the Rams your favorite to win the division next year? And like, how? Because do you think that where do you put them in the NFC? Where do you rank the Rams in your NFC overall?
Dude, the Rams are right there. They're top 5 for me.
Same.
Yeah, of course, dude.
I'd probably go Eagles, Lions.
Stafford, top 5 quarterback.
I might go Rams 3.
Lakers at 5.
I would not want to play them. I would not want to play the Rams next year in the playoffs. So I'll tell you that right now.
I would say Washington's a little more dangerous.
Rams, Yams,
Hams.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man.
I don't even know what meme you're quoting, dude, but it's funny.
It's the greatest. I'll say I have like 100 videos I just sent all my boys. I'll shoot you some. So you're
all my boys, not all of them, huh?
Yeah, of course. But why would I send you LeBron James memes?
Because it's funny.
All right.
Thanks, dude.
Dude, Greeks in the chat too. Oh my god! I sent them like 5 of them because we were talking about it the other day, Chris, in Discord. Lakers and 5.
Lakers and 5.
It's just been all over my 40 page. Sorry, I digress.
No, it's funny. So we all have the Rams top 5 NFC teams next year. Stafford's going to eat. And who they just signed? Who's their backup QB now?
They got Garoppolo back.
They did.
Yeah, they re-signed Garoppolo.
So, Stafford goes down a game or two, they'll still be okay. Just okay, though.
Stafford's not going down, bro. He's tough.
Right. Like in the way that you're making a grilled cheese sandwich and you realize you don't have your favorite bread, and so you have to use a different kind of bread. Like in that kind of way, yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I don't know
it's
who.
Not something that you want to do.
I don't know who I was listening to. I don't know who was talking. I don't think it was Aaron Donald. It was somebody who played with Stafford and called him the toughest player in the NFL. Said that he plays with injuries that he's never seen anyone play with. Pretty crazy. We've all known he was tough ever since that Cleveland Browns game, rookie year.
Yep.
Dude, he had a double.
What a dog!
He had a double transverse process back fracture that he was playing through one year.
Yeah, I don't know what that means, but it sounds awful.
I don't understand how.
Okay, so Ty. So your vertebrae have. So here's your vertebrae, right?
Yeah.
Your whole spine sits on top of the vertebrae. They stack like this. They have 2 processes that stick out like this on the side.
Here we go.
They're called your transverse processes. He broke 2 of these and played through it. So he was in constant back pain.
Insane.
I mean, Stafford would play through whatever Wemby has right now.
Stafford was on the perk alerts for sure. Oh,
Hey.
dude, he was in that Aaron
Hey,
Rodgers perks.
hey,
bro.
I don't know who I'm throwing at, but it's blue and gold.
It's blue and gold,
Dude.
and it's Puka Nakua.
He's so
For
good. He also
sure.
told a hilarious story about he was on a podcast recently. I think he was on with the Kelsey brothers. And I've never seen Stafford like that in my life. You need to go watch the interview, dude. I've never seen him that animated in all of my years of being he's my favorite player in the NFL of all time.
You don't really get a lot of you don't get a lot of long form Stafford content.
Right. Almost ever. And so it was so refreshing and cool. And he told a story about Aaron Donald working out with some high school guy. And Stafford's like beforehand, Stafford's like, dude, take it easy on this kid, man. Like this kid wanted to work out with Aaron Donald. And Donald's like, nah, dude, no shot. And Stafford's like, Donald is lifting as many reps as he possibly can, doing bicep curls. And the kid's trying to keep up with him. Not the same weight, but like the same amount of reps. And then Stafford like goes and does he's like, I'm on the armbands, just doing resistance training. And Donald's just working up a sweat, lifting more than he's ever lifted. And then the kid's puking in the corner. And Stafford's like laughing as he tells the story. And he walks over to Donald. He's like, will you chill out? And he's like, Donald only had one speed. And it was just all in all the time. It's a great story. You got to go listen to it. Staying on the Rams here, they're letting go of Cooper Kupp. He's been released. Where do you guys think Cooper Kupp goes? There's rumors about Seattle, New England, Green Bay. The Lions apparently are on some the watch list for him. Cowboys, believe it or not.
So think about who Cooper Kupp is now in his career. Right. He's he's still a smooth route runner. He's lost a step on the agility. And he still has great hands. Okay. There are rumors that he's asking upwards of $15 million a year. Like,
Dang.
I cannot swallow that.
3 years, 45 mil would be crazy.
Right. So
Yeah, no shot.
Like, I'm not paying that. Like, the team he goes to has to have, so I like Seahawks maybe, right? Because they have Jackson Smith. So he's not the guy. But like, to me, I don't want him if I'm a team.
Yeah, no,
Like,
I like our core right now. So I hope we don't.
No,
Well,
I'm not talking about the Lions.
Lions need a third though, Ty. We don't have Tim Patrick, so we have to either re-sign him, get Lockett, or get Kupp or something like that.
That was a tweet I saw that he wants to stay in Detroit.
Yeah, hopefully we sign Patrick and we're just chilling. We can maybe draft one. So, where you think Seattle, Chris?
I think Seattle's a good fit because they have a guy who can get double teamed, and Kupp can still do work. He can still get open. And even if he doesn't get open, he proved, like you saw some of the lasers Stafford threw to him. Like he can still make contested catches even if he's not open.
I
Right.
can see him go to Minnesota. I'm not even gonna lie. I can just see him in purple.
I would hate
Well,
that.
he just looks like a Viking.
He does look like a Viking.
I would
That's why I just said it.
absolutely hate that if you went there.
I'm just saying, I can see
It would
him there.
be that would be the best. That would be the top 3 receiving core in the league. It already is probably.
But I think
Chargers.
Seattle's.
Dude,
Yeah, I think Chargers are a good fit. I think Seattle's a good fit.
Herbert with him
I
would be
think
fun.
I think Kansas City is a good fit. I don't know if they can afford it.
I was gonna say Kansas City too, Chris. I was like, you know who can get use out of him, bro? Guaranteed. Patrick Mahomes, a veteran like Cooper Kupp. These guys, I mean, they would just have a field day.
Yeah,
You know?
and then I love that. And there's teams that are struggling in the receiver category that could, of course, use him, but I don't think for that price.
Well, so here's the thing. Before the show, I was all in on Dallas. I just think they have to give Lamb somebody. Dak is he's hit or miss, but like when he has time, he can hit open targets. And that would help Dallas a lot. And then looking up the Packers receivers and where they are, I've convinced myself that Green Bay needs to do whatever they can to go get him. Like the Green Bay needs to get Cooper Kupp or Tyler Lockett, or they're going to finish in last place next year, unless they draft some stud.
When was the last time the Packers finished last place?
Can you like just describe
I don't
to
even
me
know.
what Cooper Kupp brings to that wide receiver room?
He would be
I
their
agree.
best. He would be their best receiver until
He has
Watson
the best
came back.
hands.
Besides
He
Watson,
would have the best hands.
he would be the
No,
best.
He has way better hands than Watson.
What?
Right, that's what I'm saying. But even route running, like probably a better route runner than everyone on that team except for Watson.
I guess maybe I didn't think about it like that.
I mean, they need a receiver, bro. It's dire. I love it. I love it as a
mean-
Lions fan. I mean, dude, if Watson's not going to be in, we play them before he comes back. Jaden Reed's their wide receiver 1.
Okay, how about
Let's
this?
go.
Let's do this because I think this is part of my problem. Because Cooper Kupp is asking for, to me, he's asking for top 20 comp. And I don't think he's a top 20 receiver anymore. I think he's like 30, 35.
Top 30.
Like that range, 30, 35, kind of that area, right? Like you could easily rip 25 receivers you'd rather have than Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
Some of them are on the same team, right? Like AJ Brown, Smith. Our team, I'd rather have St. Brown. I'd rather have Addison. I'd rather have Jefferson. Like some teams already have 2 players I'd rather have than Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, that's a good point, CB.
So like, I just can't justify what he's asking for.
I mean, think of a team.
But I think
of a team who has money to spend and needs a receiver. I mean, the Browns. You know, like who's the Browns?
Do they still have Jerry Jeudy?
Yeah, I think Jerry Judy's probably their best receiver right now. Right, they lost Amari Cooper.
Okay, so lost Cooper. They have Jerry. Okay, so they have Jerry Jeudy.
Dude, I mean, man, Kupp. I think maybe it'll be a while, bro. I mean, look at my chat saying the Broncos need a receiver, Commanders, Jags. I mean, he's gonna have his pick, and he's probably gonna get that money he's asking for, which makes me think he's not going to Detroit because there's no way we're paying him $15 million a year.
Oh, 100%.
No shot.
Right.
Cooper Kupp, breaking news, signs with the Detroit Lions.
Record breaking 25 million a year deal.
I have some breaking news for you guys. Louisville won.
Da-na-na. One.
What about
Is that the last leg of your parlay?
No, I've got 2 more. I've got Kansas tonight against Arizona, and they're underdogs, and I absolutely love that. And then I've got Purdue to beat USC. They're down 2-0, 2-2 now. And then we're good. Actually, never mind. Western Michigan went on an 8-0 run, so we'll see. We're close.
GG.
We're close.
101.
So,
101.
any final NFL thoughts before we just rattle off our last few here? We're going to talk just a little NBA and a little college basketball.
Yeah, can I do a 30-second rant?
Yeah, please.
Joe Schoen, Brian Dable, the Giants are the worst franchise in the NFL right now. The fact that their owner didn't fire both of them to get a reset, to just start this whole thing over, makes no sense because now they get another shot to ruin things. They were like top of the quarterback market. They wanted all the best quarterbacks. They got none of the best quarterbacks. I don't think Rodgers is going to go there. We just said he's maybe a top 16 quarterback. It's like, what are they doing? They're like scrambling to do something in a division that they stand no chance in winning with the Commanders and the Eagles significantly ahead of them. And now you're stuck with this GM and this coach that have buried you to where you are right now. Drop the ball on Daniel Jones. Explain it to me like I'm 5. Okay, sorry, I'm done.
Yeah. Love that.
All right, Detroit. 3 first-round picks. Give them all up. Go get Malik Neighbors.
Yeah, no shot.
Neighbors, Williams, St. Brown. Come on, baby.
Lakers and 5.
Lakers and 5. Dude, speaking of NBA, Ty, and Lakers,
Yeah.
Shaquille O'Neal. Did you see what he said about the Pistons?
Yeah, I heard what you said about it. So
You were on my stream watching?
no, I heard what you said about it. Like you texted.
Oh.
In the thing. I'm
Yeah.
ready to comment on it.
He says, first of all, I'm pretty sure he said that he said Chauncey Billups was the head coach of the Pistons. And he's like, Chauncey's doing a great job with those guys in Detroit, man. And somebody's like, he coaches for the Blazers. And he's like, oh yeah. It's like, yeah, Bickerstaff's the coach of Detroit. And then Shaq goes, I don't watch Detroit, and laughs it off. Thoughts on Shaquille O'Neal getting paid upwards of, I don't even know. I mean, he's making millions and millions of dollars to talk about the NBA. Thoughts on Shaquille O'Neal saying, I don't watch Detroit?
I mean, that's wild to me, bro. It's straight up. I think that's one of those things where, God, man, I have so much shit to say, but I don't want to throw it at the fan. Like, dude, you're clearly in that position from your career, right? What you've done, one of the best, you probably the best center in the world, right? And you're just not. Now you're just coasting, right? How are you not going to watch one of the greatest reverses of, you know what I mean? We were one of the worst teams in the NBA, and now we're literally playoff bound. Cade Cunningham is having a breakout year, like playing out of his absolute mind.
Six seed right now, I think, with just a game or two behind the 5 and 4 seed.
Yeah.
And you're not watching the Pistons play. Our game, dude, we're phenomenal. We beat the Celtics once, right? We've almost beat them like opening week, like first like 10 games we were there, like we're playing phenomenal. We're playing tough basketball. And you're not gonna be like, what's going on with the Pistons, right? Let me watch a couple of their games.
I think it speaks to the culture of what he is paid to talk about, right?
The Lakers, the Celtics.
Let me say first off, it's incredibly disrespectful.
For sure.
Okay, that's the first thing I'm gonna say. But the second thing is like it just goes to show like the Stephen A. Smiths. If you're a talking head who is more entertaining than you know about like Shaq knows ball, but not as much anymore. And he is, when you listen to some of his takes, a lot of them end in jokes now, and he's talking about star players, right? He's talking about Devontae Booker. He's talking about Kevin Durant. He's talking about Luka, right? And it's like, yeah, the Pistons have Cade, but we're not like a superstar team. And I think that's what it's about. Like the Pistons are not a media. We're not a ABC team right now, right? Which is, if you guys don't know, that's like the Sunday Night Football broadcast.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think we're getting there, dude. I think we're there, but we just have to tell the story of the Pistons. You know what I mean? It's a story that needs to be told, and like you don't need to tell the Lakers story.
Right.
You don't need to tell Kevin Durant. You don't need to say anything about Steph Curry. That story those stories just tell themselves.
Here's my issue with the NBA right now, though, right? And I love it. This is the most I've watched the NBA in like probably since like 2006, 2005 when the Pistons were in the finals and won the championship. Like the NBA is struggling. It's struggling in ratings. We've talked about on the show about how part of that is that it's almost impossible to watch your home team if you live in that city with all the different TV contracts and stuff going on and blackouts. You look at the NHL and what they did with the Four Nations face-off. And hockey is so fun right now. And you will never find a talking head like Shaq in hockey, ever. If they ever bring anyone on, any pregame show, postgame show, talk show, they are hockey experts. They watch every single game. They know about every single team, right? NFL, same thing. Look at Stephen A. Smith and LeBron. That fight that happened a couple days ago. If the NFL free agency period didn't open, that would still be viral. It would still be the most talked about sports thing right now. Nobody cares because the NFL took over in the offseason. That is how down bad the NBA is right now from a public standpoint. How can you trot? And by the way, I think Shaq and Charles Barkley are hilarious. Like, they crack me up. Chris, they're entertaining. They're super funny. I love when they make jokes at each other. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they don't have a place here. But so, like, if those are the guys you're putting up as the NBA guys and they aren't watching a playoff team, it just isn't good for the league. It's just not good for the league. That's all I'm going to say.
Incredibly well put, John.
Yeah, I like that's a great take.
Incredibly well put, bro.
Go Pistons.
That's right. Go Pistons, bro. Pistons are fun.
Let's stay on the NBA again. This is something we've talked about before. So I think I told you guys I'm partnered with Underdog right now, and it's player stuff, right? And so NBA is like the thing I know the most about that I can do that on. I know a lot of college basketball, but I don't know a ton of the players, you know. And so I'm having more fun with NBA. And I'll make a play in the morning, 8 a.m. day of the games, and I'm not kidding you guys. I've been with them a week. 3 out of the 7 days, one of the guys just doesn't play. He's resting. Scotty Barnes yesterday for the Raptors. Donovan Mitchell twice for the Cavs. I feel like every single time the Cavs are playing a team that isn't that good, they just are sitting Donovan Mitchell. They have let's talk about Cavs here because it's been Donovan Mitchell multiple times the last few weeks. They likely have the 1 seed secure. Obviously, all that matters to Cleveland is winning a championship. In your mind, should Donovan Mitchell be playing? You got these families who are saving up their money to take their kids to a game. Their favorite players not playing. Do you think that the Stars should be playing at least a quarter? Or are you okay with them resting since they're already guaranteed a 1 seed and you want to keep them healthy?
I think with basketball, and every single person who's played basketball in the chat can confirm this. You can rip 1,000 shots a day, and it feels completely different in a game, right? I don't care if you're doing it off a dribble. I don't care if you're doing it like catch and shoot. It feels different. The pace feels a little bit different. Hand in your face feels a little bit different. As much of a rhythm as you get in, you kind of still got to stay in that rhythm. So to me, there's a balance just from a basketball standpoint of resting your body versus not losing that rhythm. And so if they have the magic formula, I'm sure Cav fans care more about that playoff run too. So I'm not as worried about that. But like it is a problem if you take too many games off and your brain isn't in that game speed when you need it to be. So they just have to. It's a balancing act, and they better make sure they're right.
Yeah, no, I agree completely, man. And like, if you want people to stop resting, have them play less games so that the games are more impactful, right? And they don't have the number 1 seed with or with 15 games to go or 10 games to go, where it doesn't matter if they win or lose all of them. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Like think about resting in the NFL, bro. You have to be so dominant. It almost never happens, right?
Yeah,
Like,
every week is so important. There's only 17.
Every week is so important. Maybe the resting week 17. Maybe.
Right.
And even then,
Right.
you're like, gotta keep in rhythm. So like, it's one of those things where right now it makes perfect sense, dude. It makes perfect sense to rest them. It sucks that these families are traveling, potentially traveling long distances to watch their favorite player play, and they sit. Yes, that's horrible. That's terrible. But like, it's what's gonna happen. Nature of the beast, bro. It's you have so many games. You're already dominating so well. You don't need to play them. And I agree with Chris. Said it perfectly. I think that the playoff run with a healthy Donovan Mitchell is way more important, and that's what they're focusing on, and that's what they're gonna do.
I don't love it, but I totally understand it. If it was the Pistons and we were the 1 seed and K wanted to take a rest, I totally get it. I do just feel a little bit bad for some of the families who go see these guys.
Yeah, again, dude, it is not. It is the smart thing to do. It's one of those things where, like, if you find an exploit in Fortnite or in a video game, right? It's like abuse it until it's patched.
Right.
Right. If it's not cheating,
and I would say, John, most fans are like us, right? So I get what you're saying. Like, most fans aren't going to games all the time.
Right.
Like, just either because of their schedules or just because they can't afford it. So,
yep. All right, let's go college basketball here, boys. Next week, if you guys are available, Ty, are you around next week?
No, next week I'm in La Paris.
Are you really?
Yeah, I'm in Paris. Yeah.
Oh, thanks for the invite, man.
Yeah, you guys missed it. It's okay, dude. Don't worry about it.
Hold on. What time is it in Paris? Oh, dude, it's only 2:20 a.m., bro.
It's 6 hours ahead. Europe is almost always 6 hours.
Yeah, it's 2:20 a.m. in Paris right now. So you can absolutely be out live for the sports show next week from Paris at 2 a.m.
For sure, I can figure it out, dude.
No, it's all good. You can take off next week, Ty. Chris and I, and this actually makes sense since you're not. We'll ask you to fill out a bracket on Sunday, Ty. Send it to us, and we'll share your picks and stuff. And then, Chris, if you're open to it, next Wednesday night we'll do a college basketball special March Madness sports show where we break down our brackets, who we like, what we're thinking, some of our favorite upsets, that kind of thing, which fits because Ty has not watched a ton of college basketball this year, despite the parlays I'm sending him.
You haven't sent me one.
It's been a while. It's been a couple of weeks.
No, it's been. I keep telling you guys, if you want me to watch the games, because I am watching a lot of the NBA games, text me a must-watch game. This is the game to watch. This is going to be the best game to watch.
Hey, all the tournaments are going on right now.
Yeah, they are.
For the
all the conference tournaments.
So like the SEC, the Big East.
Yo, Nebraska versus I mean, just send me like, this is the game. This is going to be the best game to watch. It's going to be the closest one. Watch this game. I'll watch it. I'll pull it up. Okay. But like, I'm not gonna go out and do my own research right that when I'm.
I got it, John. I'll take care of it.
Yeah, we'll do it next week. Real quick, Pistons are up 109-108 with 5:50 to go.
Yeah, I'm staring at it right now
against the Wizards. Ty, you are going to bet Kansas money line with me tonight. It starts at 8:30. They play Arizona. Two of the best players in college basketball, Caleb Love on Arizona, and oh my gosh, help me out, Chris.
Dickinson.
Yeah, Hunter Dickinson from Kansas, former Michigan guy. Kansas just beat them last time they played, and Dickinson, I think, had his career high, like 30+ points. It's going to be a really fun game tonight. Make sure you check it out. Are the Celtics playing OKC tonight too?
No, they played last night. They're not playing them back to back, right? No, they're done.
Okay.
The last game tonight is the Golden State Warriors at home versus the Kings.
Thunder won by 6, by the way. That's crazy, and they were tied at going into the fourth quarter. What a fun game. So yeah, take Kansas with me tonight so we can ride. And then Chris, we'll just
Lakers are getting slaughtered, by the way, right now.
We don't have
college basketball next week.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about the SEC Big Ten tourney. But
sounds good.
Here's my thing about Kansas tonight, dude. They're playing in Kansas City, so crowd should be overwhelmingly loud and ready to go for Kansas. Cannot wait for March Madness, boys. Cannot wait. I mean, Ty, when do you get back? Do you know?
17th to the 21st. I'll be back on the 21st.
Oh, nice. That's when my spring break starts.
And then I'm gone from the 21st to the 23rd, I think. No, I have a 2-day break from the 21st to the 23rd, and then
Oh, dude. So yeah, you're so
GL finals.
So you're gonna be in Paris on the first 2. You'll be coming home on day 2 of March Madness, which are my 2 favorite days. So you're gonna have to be on your phone checking it out on in your travel.
I'll be locked in, dude.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Hey, good show today, boys.
I agree, man.
That was fun. I've been itching to talk NFL. So
yeah, 100%. Let's we'll follow us, Blood Bro Sports Show, Twitter and Instagram. We'll be tweeting coming up here about a lot of the moves that are gonna be happening. Aaron Rodgers, Cooper Kupp, should find out where those 2 guys are going here in the next few days. You might think. Otherwise, I will be live tomorrow. No Family Fortnite Friday. Marvels drops tomorrow, but I'll be live. Chris, prayers for Camden. Hope he feels better, dude.
Marvels drops on.
Thank you.
Give Camden our little kisses and some love, and don't get sick.
And I'm gonna go hold my 6-day-old, dude.
6-day-old, weird flex, bro.
Little. You already call him JD?
JD.
Yeah, I got rid of the U. I'm just calling him JD.
I don't get it. Oh, do you know JJ, dude? Judah Joseph.
I like that.
JJ.
Okay.
I like JJ McCarthy. Little JJ.
I love it.
Yeah, get you on that, guys. Love you both. We'll talk soon.
Hey,
All right. Take care of each other, guys.
Lakers in 5.
Lakers in 5.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Later, bro.
Later. Good sports show tonight. You guys are all the best. We are going to be live tomorrow around 7 a.m. ish. I'm going to get a poker tournament tonight before I go to bed. I should just stream that, honestly. I really should. But I don't really feel like it tonight. Maybe I'll stream poker next week. Family Fortnite Friday is not dead. I talked to Ty today. We confirmed it. I'll stream poker next week. I will. We'll see, Mr. Clutch. We'll see. We shall see. Yes, it is, Tank. It is. But guys, I'll be live tomorrow morning, 7:30-ish, whenever I wake up. It's going to be a fun day. I'll be live for a long time tomorrow, longer than I have the rest of this week. I love you. God loves you more. Let's change the world. We'll see you soon. Thanks for hanging out tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for the comments as well.